Yo, listen up, YouTubers. Don't you hate it when you give your advice to pretty much others around you and then they tend to slap it in the face or even to use it to their advantage in game, pretty much to say that it was their advice, not yours? However, yes, I have been in that predicament, however, in my own backyard, and it is really frustrating, to be honest with you all. I question myself time and time again. When you come to me, why ask for advice in the first place, and then you just either A, choose to listen to it and then just throw it back at my face, or just pretty much just listen and just, maybe take it in and maybe think, oh, okay, maybe this is a little hidden message somewhere that Kerrin is sharing with me of her sound advice pretty much, so that I can naturally live my life the way I can, even though, as I said in one of my other videos, that some of these advice that I share with you all is based on my life experiences and encounters in life, living with AS and all these other hidden conditions, as well as many other things that has arisen in my life regardless of these experiences, to hopefully give you a message of hope and understanding also of me, of who I am. I have, and then you think I don't know. There's another thing. You think you don't know, or think I misunderstand you, or not understand you at all when you do come about to me, asking me the questions of whatever it may be that arises in you that you want answers to. I give my advice to you all, and then like I've noticed that in this day and age, and the group I'm with at the moment on the AspianswersAll New Zealand Support Network site on Facebook, they have been really supportive of me. However, despite that, there's a particular person, as I said before, that I was trying to give advice to, and I feel like, he thinks that all Aspies are all the same. I'm trying to take out that stereotypical and neurotypical thinking patterns of everybody saying that us Aspies are the same. No, we're not. We all have differences somewhere along the way, of maybe in our interests or in our way of thinking or what have you, but all in honesty, yes, we should be treated somehow the same, and hopefully we can learn from each other, despite if we're Aspie or just a typical normal everyday neurotypical person, or the NTs, as I've mentioned clearly in my intro. As I said before, I'm not here to gain to score points, popularity, or what have you. Yes, I may come across to some people that I'm harsh and all that. I'm not here to probably gain a lot of friendships. I may have been in a smaller circle now, looking out for people, but in all honesty, being in a smaller circle is being better than being in a bigger crowd of people around me, and that people around me that are in my smaller group might be able to understand me more than in a person. However, I'm here, however, just to share, as I said, time and time again, my experiences in my life, pretty much, as I'm bringing out messages of hope and understanding, hopefully, so it doesn't cause so much conflict and misunderstandings, hence of my last title, Misunderstandings, of my last video blog that I've done so far to you all. As I have said too many times before too, you can love me, hate me, accept me or reject me, but this is who and what I am as a person, and that if you don't like some of the opinions that comes out, or shall we say my advice to you all, then it's up to you, how you want to take it. You want to accept it or reject it, or do you want to just accept it to the point where you want to apply it to your everyday life and think, I can do better, Kerrin's right, she is supportive, because in this day and age, I've learned now's the time to try and think positively and act positively, be around the right circle of people that can build you up, not tear you down, because in all fairness, we need that support somewhere along the lines in our everyday life, no matter where we are in life. We do need it, pretty much, whether it's like we've lost a family in our circle, or if we've lost a friend, regardless of what it is, we should just be able to know that it's okay to ask for help once in a while, to remove our pride and ego thinking we don't need help, and take a step back forward and say, yes, we do. Yes, I have been thinking, what have you, and meditating on that question, do I take my own advice, however, that you guys might be asking me? Well, as well as no, to be honest. Yes and no. Even though many people have been saying to me, Kerrin, be sure of yourself, yes and no is not a good answer, but This is me just, however, just to be frank with you all, you know. I know that a few of my friends, however, or acquaintances, shall we call them, has had a problem or been in a situation, you know, that needs advice from someone like me or someone outside their circle of their own. I try saying this to myself before I give the advice. If I was in their shoes or in that situation myself of what they're facing, you know, what would I do? But then I stop for a second and take a step back and think, hang on a minute, Karen, how can you give sound advice? Pretty much, if I don't listen to myself in all honesty and take my own advice, this sort of thing, and apply it to my own everyday life. Yes, however, we're not here to judge everyone. I know that I'm not perfect either, however, and I don't mean to be sounding, if people think I'm sounding judgmental or what have you, but that's the decision how they want to see me when they meet me in person, because as you can see, I'm only in the video, but if you see me in the flesh, I'm a different person. However, I'll admit I have made mistakes like everyone else, as I've said in one of my videos. You know, I'm not perfect. Yes, I'll admit that as well. I'll remove the pride and ego of me, or mentality that, you know, I am perfect, because, you know, in the everyday age, I admit that been trying to illustrate, you know, what is perfection in my life, you know, how I want to go about it. But then again, what's the point of it all, you know, going about this perfection when we know that, you know, there's no such thing as perfection in our life, even though we are our creators of our own lives. However, I've learned also, however, the mistakes that we make is our life lessons, and it teaches how it gets us back in our day and age on life experiences. You know, some of these are my life lessons and life saviors. However, without these, however, in my day and age, if it wasn't for these, you know, mistakes I've made, past and present, I wouldn't be here right now reaching out to you all, talking to you all about my life journey and experiences so far in my life. Which, however, like I said to you, that I'm hoping that will share an insight how I live, and also give you peace and understanding, and hopefully removing any doubt about me or, you know, negativity about me. But again, all starts with you, based on that choice, how you want to accept me or not. However, with others, that what they go through, no matter what it is, you know, regardless if they've broken up from their, you know, partner, or they've lost a friend or family along the way, they're not alone. However, I'll state that strongly. You know, we should be here to support one another, build one another up, and not tear each other down, regardless of it all, because at the end of the day, you know, many people do tend to think, oh, I can do this alone, you know, but in all honesty and fairness, I'm like that too, to be honest, because I want to gain myself independence back from what I've lost, sort of thing, in the last few years of my life, sort of thing. But then again, you know, it's up to us how we're going to go about it. I'm not here for sympathy either, however, as I said, so bear with me. However, when I sit down and I listen to you all about your problems, issues, circumstances that arise in your guys' life, sort of thing, if you reached out to me and asked for my advice, I'll sit down, however, maybe write a bit of brief notes how I'll come back to you guys and actually, you know, say it in my own words, how you could go about it, or even I just sit down quietly, meditate and observe my surroundings, however, as well, and as well as the others, and I'll push my problems aside if there was any during that day when you guys come to me, and hope that, in all honesty and fairness, that, you know, that I can push forward and just, you know, focus on your problems. I know, in some honesty, when we have our own problems, we should focus on ourselves and actually fix our problems before fixing others. But in my books, I'm trying to learn now not to fix others or trying to change others to suit my cup of tea, as I've noticed in my day and age, as I said in one of my videos, in my dating circle, however, briefly, that a few of my exes pretty much has been trying to change me and how I speak, think and act. in all honesty and fairness, as I said before, it's all about acceptance, accepting for who and what we are as a person, no matter how we talk, no matter how we speak, no matter what we say or do, should just be in regards to just accepting one another, you know, and hopefully meet in the middle somewhere. However, as I said, I will push myself forward. I am a strong, determined young woman who's trying to achieve my goals like anyone else, even though along the way I have had hurdles to jump through as well as hoops to get through to those goals. I'm still trying to achieve my goals, however, in some parts, which is pretty much really hard at the moment, as I understand, which I'm hoping to talk more about the struggles in employment later on, you know, as well as my other struggles and how I go about them, hopefully to give you clear understanding and obviously message of hope there too. I believe, however, we all have a purpose in our lives. We pretty much, regardless what it is. I've also learned that there are some people that comes into our lives just wants to be entertained for their glory, you know, or for their gain of some sort in their lives. But however, whatever it is, we need to discern who is real and who is not in our circle. Pardon me. Sometimes, however, as I said before, when people come to advice for me, you know, want my advice, I'll try and remove whatever's there, like my pride, my ego, or what have you, and make sure that I am actually, you know, basically listen to them. But then again, also, if I can have, like as I said in one of my videos, a time out period where I can sit down, meditate, and think to myself, you know. And then, like, sometimes, however, when some people comes into my circle, I have thought to myself, have they ever listened to me, you know, or the mentality in my head is, I told you this before, why didn't you listen to me in the first place? Or another one I get sometimes is, like, or in my head, or also from others when I share my problems is, I told you so, Karen, you know, you should have just jumped back the track there, blah, 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 Karen, but... You know, in all honesty, it's up to us, as I said before, how we, you know, accept those advice or not. Okay, I'll ask this to you all. I guess most of you are like me, however, being so quick to give advice to others, but not to listen to ourselves and giving our own advice. You can admit that this to yourselves in your head or in your quiet time or whatever you do, and then, you know, think this to yourself, you know, do I or do I not, you know. I question myself, I don't know if you guys do, why do we do, you know, this? But I have a pure and simple answer to this. It's because sometimes many of us are too prideful and have our egos in the way, however. You know, thinking that everyone else is wrong in our circle and we have to be right all the time, no matter where we are in life, you know. And I feel that sometimes that, you know, this is a wrong mindset. We need to get rid of it, however. This shouldn't have to be the case, excuse me. Where am I? However, I'll say this as a point of advice. We should admit sometimes we are wrong, no matter what arises at us, you know, of the situation that we're in, you know, admit that we're wrong and maybe, you know, we need help and apologise to the person that we were with, maybe, that did take their time to listen and give you that sound advice. Because 9 times out of 10, I pretty much have given an advice, and it would be nice now and again to be appreciated, you know, just someone to come up to me and say, thank you, Karen, for taking the time to listen to me, sort of thing. I know that's not easy, and that, you know, you sit there, do your own thing, and whatever you do, you know, I just want to thank you, you know, because as I said before, I'm not here to judge, I'm here to build and support people. We also should admit that we do make mistakes and accept that we are human and we're not perfect. I'm learning this every day now because, as I said before and a few minutes ago, I am admitting that I'm not perfect. No, I'm far from it. Like, I'm trying to live my life now with the imperfections that I may have got, you know, of my flaws and everything else. But as I said in one of my videos, I am sick to death of people picking up these flaws of mine or my mistakes and rub it in my face and think, oh, he, that's alright, I'll just keep rubbing it in her face, you know, until hopefully she'll remember and realise, you know, I'm sick and tired of that, or I'm sick and tired of people trying to keep scores of these faults and flaws, because some of these faults and flaws I am still trying to, you know, take over and think to myself, okay, I need to change them. Everything is a, you know, step by step for me at the moment, a day-to-day basis, as I've learnt from what I've gone through, no matter what it is, and hopefully that at the end of the day, people will become more patient and realise what I'm doing is for me and me only. Some of the situations I face or I am in at that moment of time, however, I ask myself some questions, and to be sure to have the right attitude and thinking towards that problem that has arisen, be it whatever it is. As most people are watching us and how we react. People, however, won't like the reaction no matter what we go through. Sometimes they want a big reaction or small reaction from us. But in all honesty, I'm trying to say to myself, be careful, because as I said to myself, despite that, you know, I don't like being a big crowd, I'm trying to just, you know, be careful. I project myself out there. If we're not happy about anything, however, in our lives, we can change it and fix it ourselves. We need to believe in ourselves that as everything we go through has a reason to why we go through it. Some situations I have faced and conquered so far, how I felt about myself as I question a lot of these questions. I ask them myself, not to anyone else, because as I fear sometimes that they might laugh at me and think, you know, oh, Kerrin, you should know the answer to all these, what you're answering. But I believe also, however, we have the power and ability to change ourselves, regardless. Again, as I said, by choice. Okay, hopefully this last little blurb will get you something. Take your own advice, don't give up. You know, keep going as you are everything. You're special, unique, and important in this world. No matter, you know, what it is that we're facing, you know, we should be able to face them and actually not give it up, you know. But then there may be a time when we do give up, but just maybe try and see if we can find other alternatives, regardless of what it is, and hopefully that we don't opt out and do the wrong decision, however. With everyone, however, that has come to me in my life for my advice, as I said before, I would sit down and meditate and write down, and then, to be honest, to be in their shoes and walk in their journey. You know, not to judge or criticise them that they're going the wrong way, or that, hey, this is another way. Well, basically, as I said, maybe some alternatives may help them. You know, yet I'll try and support them as many as I can, regardless of where my circle's at, you know, whether it's in the outer extreme of the community here where I am, you know, or basically indoors on some of my social networkers, you know, it's on Facebook pages that I'm on at the moment that I give my advice to, you know. But my little simple advice is this. Listen to your inner selves. Be more loving to yourselves and not be hard on yourselves when you do face a certain situation. Be more caring to yourself regardless of that situation. You know, find something that you may enjoy to meditate or relax so that, you know, you are, you know, pampering yourself now and again. Be strong and love yourself, however. That's the end of my video blog of pretty much of listen up, take your own advice of my journey so far of my video blog, and I'll see you guys soon.